What's going on, y'all? I'm Jones with the Friendly Man. I just want to say thanks for giving us y'all's time, and unfortunately, I couldn't make it today. I hope you have a good time with my boys here, and good luck on your tour.
Boo! Jonas Carlson couldn't come in an interview. He got a major woo. I was looking at comic books today.
Well. There we go. Yeah, Jonas. Here we are. We are live. And yes, Jonas, you still get a major boost. So I am James from the Friendly Man. I am joined by my pal all the way from Newfoundland. Who do I have? Mike.
Mike from Jaded Truth.
Why did we say your name twice? It was supposed to be one time. Okay, cool. And Mike, who's with us today? Who's with us, Mike?
Amazing band.
What an introduction.
amazing group of individuals.
We are certainly talking to an amazing group of individuals. We are talking to the popular folk group from the Netherlands, Legiana Collective, who are currently on tour right now in France. What a nice gesture for them to talk to us while on tour. So hello, everybody. Hello, Legiana. Wow, so thank you so much for joining us. Now, I would like each and one of you to introduce yourselves and what you do in the band. So let's start from Twen.
I'm Teun.
Teun.
Guitar, and I'm really happy to be in this band, and for 2-3 years now. What? How long?
5.
5 already. Time flies when you're having fun.
Right, Mike, did you see that? Go ahead, please.
Okay, I am Ari, and I play jarana jarocho, which is a Mexican guitar, and I also sing. And go on.
So I'm Marleen, and I play the cello and I sing.
I am Annelies, and I sing and play the violin.
Wow, did you hear that voice? Soft and powerful, like, I am this. And you're like, whoa. I can't imagine, prank calling Annalise, is Annalise? I am not here right now. All right, and go ahead. We got one more member. Go ahead, buddy.
So I'm Bjarke, and I play the mandolin and a bit of slide guitar and also a little bit of mouth harp sometimes. Yeah.
And we are missing some members because now we're with a small group. We are missing Laura and Emanuele and Flores and Joep and Jeroen, our sound guy.
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are like the Slipknot of folk music, right?
That's how we normally talk about ourselves. Yes. Yeah.
So wow. Well, listen, I just been following you guys for a long time when I was living in Europe myself, and each and every one of you are just so talented at what you guys do. When you watch your live videos, you feel that energy coming from your phone or your computer screen. And even you guys sing in languages that I cannot even speak, and I still captivates me. So I just want to know, what's the history of you guys? So Tuen over here forgot he was in the band for 5 years. So do you guys go back before 5 years? No. Yeah, tell us your history.
actually we started the band with the four of us, me, Ari, Marleen, and Annelies. So 5 years ago already, we recorded a nice CD in the south of France, just as a kind of on a project on itself. And then later we decided to bring that shit out live, and we had a lot of friends, for example, Piage. We grew the band to be a real live,
Beast.
party.
Awesome.
Legiana XXL.
Yes.
Well,
So that's
that's just
collective.
that's where the collective name comes in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wow.
It just answered my own question. So you said Juan said you joined later. What were you doing before you joined this group?
Well, we were already.
What a great story!
Yeah, but no, we were already playing in some other formations also. So we were playing in another band called Tricoses, and also another band with my own composition. So Annelies and Turn, I know for a really long time. And then I kind of snuck in and joined this constellation also.
Wow.
Wow.
So each of you, I know Annalise plays in like a freaking girl punk band where she's screaming on a microphone with blast beats. Like, do each and every one of you have different projects outside of this project?
I think most of us. Yeah.
Yes, we
I-
do. We know each other also from other projects, so it's really a
Yeah.
mix-up from all the projects that we had in the past, and we brought it together in kind of Legiana Collective.
Right.
I figured because you guys, Mike, go ahead, take it over. Mike, go ahead.
No, it's just it seems like so many musicians that I know myself is just sometimes you might want to play with different people, or you might have a different style of music that you want to try. So many people have different projects just sometimes for your different musical expressions.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
really right. Yeah.
Yeah, like I have like James said, I play also in a kind of punk band, and
Right.
it's really nice to let that energy go out sometimes too.
Absolutely.
And actually, to me, it also kind of sounds the same.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, you guys' music is so energetic, and you guys look like you're having so much fun and so much energy on stage. I can definitely see the similarity in there 100%. You know, regardless of the style, the energy comes across.
100%. So, Marlene, are you in like a secret satanic black metal band then? I wish. She's like, I play in a Demi Borgir cover band. So, no, Marlene, okay, so they have a nickname for you. You're the general, right? They call you the general?
Yeah, they say so. Yeah.
General brand.
Whenever someone needs a decision, then she is the one that calls it out. Yeah.
But don't ask me why. I don't really know. I always think it's because I wear glasses. But actually nowadays, I also wears glasses. I don't know what's the reason. You should ask them.
Don't be humble.
Nothing to do with glasses.
Don't be humble, Molly.
She's the perfect leader.
So Bjarke is like the underneath the general now, so it'd be second.
Yeah,
command
who's
or
the second in
something.
command?
I'm the one that carries Jello.
So, all right, now, Artie, you have a different background because you're playing like Mexican instruments with this band, and your voice is also very different from Marlene's and Laura. How did you incorporate yourself working with these guys? Because you have a cool background too.
Well, actually, they always were really accepting all the songs that I was putting into the band. Like, hey guys, I have these songs from old traditional Veracruz from Mexico, and they were always like, yeah, sure, let's play them. So they always made it super easy for me to put all these ideas from these different backgrounds. Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. Now, Annalise, what about you? Let's hear about your history in music, because you're in a punk band, you're screaming on microphones, you're having fun, you're reading stories. Let's hear about your background.
As a kid, I was put on classical music.
I knew it. I'm just kidding.
And then as a teenager, I started really hating it. And then as a 20-something, I realized you can actually make other music too. And then I started just making everything but classical music.
Wow.
Can you imagine, Mike? She gets that Bach record as like her 13th birthday. Like, you got the Bach Symphony Orchestra record. I don't want that.
Smashing it.
Smashing it. So
I still love Bach though. It's
of course.
Of course. So now how do you guys all write? Because I've been in bands, Mike's been in bands, Mike's in a 3-piece band. So writing with 3 people is much easier than writing with 9 musicians. How do you guys write your music and send it back and forth to one another and then make your parts? How do you guys do that?
Well, I think that's really, in our case, different for every song. Sometimes it starts with the lyrics, and sometimes it starts with a certain style. Sometimes it even just starts with a language that we choose, and then we go from there. And of course, the basics of a song mostly comes from one of the band members, and then we start just kind of jamming around that and adding ideas for it, and before you know it, we have a complete Legiana song. Right?
Right. Yeah.
Right, Marlene?
Yeah, and now, for example, also we are now in France for concerts, for touring, but also a couple of days for writing songs and arrange them.
Awesome.
Better. And now we're not complete with the whole band, but we share our ideas again with the rest of the band, and then we will work on it when we're back in the Netherlands. So yeah, that's a bit how we try.
How you guys do it?
Yeah.
So, like, when you guys write a song, everybody has to agree this is how it's going to go, or does BR comes in and is like, I want to change some things, or how does that work?
Usually there's one person who comes with the basic idea of the song, right? And then everyone starts adding things, and then it's kind of democratic, but the person who initially wrote the song gets the most,
has the last word.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's kind of how it usually goes.
Because I would wonder, Mike, does any member like get upset, like secretly, like they didn't write my song, they didn't like my part, I'm gonna go home and cry? Has any of you ever been disappointed?
I think it's always like there's so many ideas in flow that you have to so it's just part of it also, that everybody comes with their best, but at some point you also need to make some choices of what works the best as a whole. And
absolutely.
Go ahead, Mike. Go ahead.
Oh no, something that I've always thought as a musician is I've always said serve the song is the most important thing when it comes to songwriting. Is not so much that someone gets in their individual idea, but what makes the song best itself, serving the song and kind of putting aside maybe your own, what you might think, but having that leeway to like, no, this is what will make the best for the song. Is something I've always subscribed to.
Yeah, I think we follow this dynamic also.
Yeah, for sure.
And the one that comes initially with the song, or with the basic of the song or the idea, I think also really trust the whole group with this process, because it's also really nice to get outside of your own box when you worked on a song, and to share it with such a group, and then to approach that you can see how you can approach it in so many different ways. And I think as a group on the other side, we always make sure that we also respect the how do you say, the root of the idea or something.
Yeah. And I do think that we do have a lot of trust in each other also. Like, we always we have this idea and we put it there, and we trust that collectively we're gonna do a good thing out of it. I
Yeah.
think.
Well, I mean, when you watch your live videos, you guys are all like in tune. Even when you guys start doing a cappella stuff, no one's even playing an instrument. Everyone's singing along. Annalise is like, "I have your attention," and then you guys are like, "Oh, I have your attention." Like, but you guys do so much different things that it's such a new world for Michael and I to hear about your stories, because I always want to know what goes into something like this. Now, I want to, Mike, I want to know if they've ever had like problems on stage. Like, did Marlene break a cello string and she's like looking around like, I can't find a cello string? Like, Marlene has a cello. Did you ever break a string on stage, Marlene?
I don't think I did actually. No, no.
Wow.
Yeah.
Artie pointing at Twin. Twin, you broke a string on stage.
I break strings a lot of times.
Wow.
I think Ari and Marleen are the only ones that never broke a string. In general, so not only on stage, but even I never saw a string break. Also with rehearsals, and the rest of us, they are always fucking around with strings.
Wow.
Bjark is like, God damn it, every night, man, every night. So, what about you, Bjark? Have you had problems when you play your instrument, break a string, or what?
Yeah. And the nice thing about the mandolin is that when you break a string, it completely detunes. So that's always super fun.
Yeah. But see, you have 9 members backing you up, so nobody even notices.
Exactly.
Yeah, you just dance a little bit and smile. And like...
See, that's the wonderful thing about having 9 people backing up, because you're like, I'll just pretend that I'm playing. So, yeah. Now, give us a history lesson about you guys. That's what I want to know. How did you guys form? How did you guys all went to university together? Give us a backstory, please.
I think the most of us we met each other in the squat scene in the Netherlands. There was a farm in the east of the Netherlands which was squatted by a bunch of hippies and punkers.
Wow.
And that's where I met some of our group, and then start making music.
We played a lot in the streets.
We played a lot in the streets. Yeah.
We kind of started in the street, really. Like, we all love busking.
Yeah.
So with different bands, we were all busking in the streets. And then, we kind of started busking together. That's how we did the first Legiana songs.
Yeah.
Like, playing traditional folk songs in the streets. And then at this point, we decided, hey, this actually sounds nice. So we started recording them together. And then we started writing our own things.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we already played in a band together, Meeten and Bjarke, before.
And we also had a band together.
Yeah, they 3 had a band together.
Yeah.
Me, Marleen, and Toon had a band together.
One big mess. Wow, there's a lot of connections. So you guys started from busking. That's really fascinating.
Incredible.
Actually, so can you tell us like any crazy busking stories? Like, did people like stop playing the music, or do you have any? I would love to hear a busking story. Ooh. Did Twin get a girl's number by accident? Like, hey, here's my number. I can't pay you.
All the time.
Yeah. I get some nice drugs from busking because I live in Amsterdam, and
sure.
Oh wow.
And it's generally quite easy for tourists to get drugs in Amsterdam, but then when they leave, they have to,
wow,
get drugs before taking a plane. So then I guess when they see someone busking in the street, they're like, "Oh yeah, that person. I'll just give it to them."
That's awesome.
Hey, you sound great. Now, so when you guys travel to these other countries, because you guys tour all over Europe, how do you guys travel? Do you travel in different cars, a bus? How do you guys travel from one place to another?
Well, normally we try to travel with one bus, and we kind of try to find a cheap rental company that rents us a nice cheap bus where we can drive in with 9 persons.
Wow.
But then it sometimes, or most of the times, it always turns out that people are anyway already traveling, and then it ends up that we just meet somewhere in, let's say, South Belgium, and then we go on from there, and everybody. Yeah, the ideal world would be if we would travel properly in one bus.
Yeah.
But a lot of
We try
times,
that.
a
Yeah.
lot of times there is a car edit, and there's also
A camper.
a camper
yeah.
and people with own plans after the tour to go on to do different things. In this case, though, we are with one bus.
One
Yes.
bus.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I want. Like, cause like I traveled internationally before, and like bringing luggage is a pain in the ass. I can't imagine like checking in a cello or mandolins. I heard the oof. Or tell us.
We're really good in Tetris now.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Yeah, but we never travel by plane for at least, so far we've only toured in Europe, and then we always take a car or a bus, but like we never travel by plane within Europe.
Yeah, in the beginning
Wow.
of the tour, it's always quite a big mission to get all the instruments and all the luggage inside this one van, and then like every day we get better in it, and it's a sport also.
It's like Tetris, right? Like
Yeah, definitely.
So go ahead, Mike. Go ahead. I've
So,
been talking about. Go ahead.
how's the tour going so far? How many dates have you guys played? Are you having a good experience with it so far?
Yeah,
it's really nice.
we played in Freiburg. That was 3 days ago.
Yeah, in Germany.
Super sweet people.
Awesome.
Nice concert. And now we are in these creating music days. I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we go on with the concerts.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Curious.
All right.
It's always a surprise.
Yeah.
Always a surprise.
I have to show you because the people we are having a really special party. We're in France, right? It's wine country. And we just had one of the most special wines from France.
Oh wow. Awesome.
Clos de Vougeot. They really wanted us to show it. To make you jealous.
Yeah.
And Mike is drinking.
Cheers.
Mike is like drinking like cheap ass beer, and I'm drinking like hot
yeah.
tea. Like, oh well, sure. So, all right, now you guys are currently in France, and you guys are like writing music. Are you guys like in a hotel room or an Airbnb right now, or what?
No, we're actually in the house of my boyfriend's parents. They have like a huge they have like a huge house in the Alps, in the middle of the mountain.
Wow.
So we have plenty of space, and they are really nice people. They are the ones who give us this expensive wine. Feeling us like wow, like crazy. So it's being super easy to do all that.
Mike, I can't imagine like, hey, my boyfriend, ask your mom if my 9 friends can stay over for a week. I
Very generous.
It's super generous. All right. So how's the weather right now in France? Is it a little cold?
No,
it's
it's
wonderful.
It's really sunny. Yeah.
It's really
Yeah,
great.
I actually this house is also on the bottom of a ski piste.
Oh, wow.
So I went snowboarding this morning.
Oh wow.
And it was sunny, like blue skies. It's very close to Mont Blanc, the highest mountain in
All right.
France. And you just see like the white snow, blue sky. It's beautiful.
We only had good
Incredible.
weather. Yeah.
Whoa, that's awesome. So how did you guys all travel? You guys all traveled in the same car this time?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah. So that was nice.
Ooh, wow. Oh, that sounds like, is it like shoulder to shoulder?
Yeah.
This time it's pretty okay.
Yeah.
We have had incidents where we kind of underestimated how much luggage we brought, and we rented a van, but we still make it work. We're pretty how you call it, opportunistic about packaging.
Awesome.
Who fights over the stereo? Oh, I bet it's Marlene, right? Marlene's always writing shotguns. So she's like, we are listening to Bob Dylan for 6 hours. And Twen's like, so how do you guys like fight over the stereo? Like, do you guys all listen to like podcasts or music? How do you guys all travel with 9 people?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, yeah, a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Now.
Really weird music also. Like we start to put like, I don't know why.
Your algorithm is ruined.
Icelandic folk music. I don't know. Super weird stuff.
I was playing some desert blues in the car.
That's
I really love desert blues.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's the only non-weird thing, really.
That's a non-weird thing. Okay, so what is weird? I want to know, Artie, what's weird to you? What do you consider weird?
Well, I cannot even name it because they were really what we did this Icelandic folk music or from somewhere else, and I mean it's nice, don't get me wrong.
You said it's weird, right? Like now she's like, oh, it's so nice. Continue, Artie, please.
And then there was this American folk,
What?
Oh,
yeah. Oh, he was putting on some South Park music.
Yeah.
That was weird. Yeah.
Who doesn't like that South Park, that bass line? Yeah, who doesn't like that bass line from Les Claypool? So, yeah, now, Bjork, who does the driving? Do you do most of the driving?
I mean, it's like so far me and Tern have done most of the driving.
But Thursday you did like 6 hours straight.
Yeah, so we had a birthday celebration in Brussels, and I kind of decided around 3 o'clock we had to leave really early next day. That probably would be best just to go and crash in the car. And the rest, they were sort of like, we're just gonna wait until the party kind of settles. So I think they had like an hour of sleep.
Half an hour.
Half an hour.
Oh
So I was kind of like the designated driver.
So you're like, John's like, hey, I'm gonna get fucked up tonight. Bjark, you're driving, right?
That's how it's been. Yeah.
And
it's a bit the rule. Like the one that goes to sleep first has to drive the next day.
Okay. Yeah.
That's all. And Annalise is like, check out this most expensive wine we have. We can't drink it because we got to drive tomorrow. So, damn. So, what about, okay, now, when I want to know, Marlene, what kind of coffee do you drink from Starbucks? You're definitely a coffee drinker. I think latte.
I am a coffee drinker, but like actually at Starbucks, I always get the most normal coffee they have because I don't really like all the different taste things they have. Too sweet. Yeah.
Sounds like a very generalish thing to say. You know, like that poor Starbucks. You know what? I bet you when she walks into a Starbucks, that guy behind the counter is like already shaking. Like, she's like, I want my coffee black, or I'm gonna. So here's another question. Back to the group. How many languages do each of you speak? Because you guys have songs in French, you guys have songs in Spanish, you guys have songs in English. How many languages do you guys speak? Starting with Björk. Go ahead.
Like kind of
We'll go this way.
originally from Denmark, so I speak pretty good Danish still. Dutch is also improving pretty good. English is also pretty okay. And then I sort of understand French and can communicate a bit in French also. And Swedish. When I get drunk, I speak really good Swedish. Yeah, something like that.
Wow.
Go ahead, Annalise. How many languages do you speak?
I speak Dutch, English, French, German, kind of. I mean, I pretend to speak German. Spanish a little bit, Italian a little bit. I think that's it. Yeah.
Just keeps going and going. Oh, here comes Marlene. All right. Before Marlene, all right, Mike. I want you to guess how many languages do you think Marlene speaks? Remember, she's a general. How many languages?
I'm gonna just throw out a number. I'm gonna say 4, maybe.
That was my number. That
Okay.
was my number. How did you say my number? All right, Marlene.
She only needs one language.
Whoa!
How many languages do you speak, Marlene?
So, I speak Dutch, English, and a bit of French.
Okay, 3.
That's it. 3.
You
Yeah.
need no more.
Yeah.
I speak German.
I wouldn't.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I like it, but better French, I think, than German.
I understood that when she's like, I know that in German. Just kidding. Okay. Now, Artie, what's your background? Do you have a Spanish background or
Yeah,
what was your
yeah.
background?
So I'm from Spain, actually from near Barcelona. So I
Oh.
speak Spanish and Catalan and English and French and Italian.
Portuguese.
And I can make small talk in Japanese.
Wow.
She actually speaks Japanese really well.
Yeah.
That's actually
Yeah.
her special skill.
And a bit of Dutch.
Nee.
Yeah.
Jeez. So if Legiana goes to Japan, you guys just all look at Artie like, Artie, what did he say?
Manage the whole
I
thing.
would love that.
Actually, we really want to go on tour in Japan.
Oh, we would love to.
Yeah, that's
So
always
done.
Anyone from Japan is watching?
Please,
that's every musician's dream.
Yeah, dude, Japan,
Yeah,
totally.
right.
Now, Artie, how did you learn Japanese? Is it from like loving your anime or what?
No, actually not. But I have this thing with Japan. I cannot really explain. I really like the language on itself. Find it really interesting and funny.
Funny. Oh,
Wow.
funny.
Very funny.
So now Annalise just did like an announcement, like anyone from Japan's watching this, please, we're here. And Artie's like, I find it funny. Like, I'm not gonna put that. Are you kidding? I my language. Oh, and last but not least, we have Tun. Tun, how many languages do you speak?
Oh no, I'm the worst at languages. I speak a little bit of English and Dutch.
Yeah, a bit of Danish.
One sentence of Danish when I really want a beer there.
Tun, I understand. I lived in Turkey for 10 years and I still can't speak Turkish fluently. So, like,
Where'd you live?
I lived in Ankara. Actually, I was living in Ankara. That's actually my, as I mentioned before backstage, but to the people watching, I was introduced to you guys because of your work that you were doing with Trio Mandali, because they're popular in Turkey. Yeah. So like the algorithm showed up one time, and then I was watching one of your videos. Who are these guys? Like they look like they're having a lot of fun and they look awesome. So then went down that rabbit hole of Legiana Collective, and I went down it collectively. Yeah. So, and we've just been talking ever since. I think I communicated with you, Annalise, when I was still living in Turkey, and I've only been back to the States for just about a little under a year now. So, but yeah, I just went back to Turkey like 4 months ago, and I was surprised how much Turkish I actually do remember, because I'm like, shit. I still remember. So when I understand you. So, Mike, go ahead, buddy. Take it away, man.
Well, I found it really interesting though, with the songs in multiple languages, and I was wondering, like, how do you find with different languages, like how does that maybe relate to, like, do you find it difficult maybe singing in songs in one language to another? Do you have songs with multiple languages, or do you just stick to like one language per song, or how does that work?
Well, usually it's one language per song.
Okay.
We had one song that we don't really play it anymore, but we used to. It's La Foule. It's
La Foule.
La Foule.
Okay.
This song, which is actually an old Venezuelan song.
Amor de mis amores.
Right? It's Venezuelan. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So we thought, we can do that version, the Spanish one, and then the
Italian.
the French one, and then we also added an Italian version. So
Okay. Wow.
And then we added a German sentence in that song, just to add.
Wow, that's incredible.
More than excuse language.
And then, but normally it's just one language per song.
Yeah.
But yeah, to me, the language doesn't. It's more of a musical thing to me,
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like an instrument you play. Yeah, I don't know how to say.
Yeah, because for myself, I only speak English, so maybe it's something that kind of it's hard for me to wrap my head around. Maybe how a different language would translate to the music, but it's great to know that it's just more of a musical kind of a musical factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For instance, we have this one song in Georgian.
Wow.
Shenma Survima Damlia. Really beautiful song. And none of us speak Georgian.
Okay.
But yeah, to me, it just sounds so beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I do know what the words mean, but for the rest, I don't know anything about Georgian.
Right.
But yeah, at some points it just comes natural in these words.
Right, of course.
So when you make a song and you feel this language should go with it, then of course you think of some lyrics or you do a traditional song, and then of course you ask friends that speak this language naturally to really fine-tune the pronunciations and stuff like that.
Right, that's awesome.
There is some attention to it in a later stadium to actually pronounce it decent.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I do have to say with this Georgian song, for instance, I did ask a Georgian friend, like, oh yeah, can you like correct my pronunciation? He was like, yeah, your pronunciation is fine. You sound like Japanese or something.
so many languages it's so intertwined with the accent that sometimes even when you speak it may not have the correct kind of dialect to go with the language.
Sure. Well, I think Annalise said it perfectly. I think because like when I was in Sweden, hanging out with these Swedish people, they sing in Swedish, mostly in Swedish.
Yeah.
So I don't speak Swedish. So when I got there, their female backup singer was like, why do you like this music if you don't understand our language? And I explained to them, like, it's the sound of the voice that combines with the music. As Annalise said, it's an instrument in itself. You know, when bands translate that music into English, it generally sucks.
I find that as well, yeah.
It wasn't meant for English. It was meant for this language. And I learned that really early on with Rammstein's That's Do Hot song. Yeah. And I was like, the German version is much better. And they're like, he sings in English. And you listen to the English version, you're like, this is awful. Like, this fucking sucks.
Doesn't have the same impact.
No, not at all. Not at all. And I think like it's beautiful what you got, how you guys, because you guys can expand your horizons when you do stuff like that, like sing in different languages. And you probably have fans from all over the world because of that.
Yeah, and even the tone of your voice changes whether you sing.
Oh, thank you, Arda. I didn't know. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, never mind. I was making a joke. She's like the dawn of your voice. I'm like, oh, my voice? Oh, thank you so much. Arda, you're so sweet. Okay, go ahead, honey. Go ahead.
Like your voice as a concept. Our voice, like, it's not. It doesn't sound the same if you sing in English or in Spanish. So because you use your vowel, I don't know how you call it in English, but your
throat, like the diaphragm and the in
a different way. So that also makes it really interesting when we have to sing in other languages.
Yeah.
Awesome. So when you guys write these songs, like, how do you compose it? How do you guys compose one of these songs that you're writing? Because you guys got so much going on. You guys got, sometimes you guys have songs with bongos and Laura is hitting a tambourine You know, like that tambourines. So when Laura hits that tambourine, sometimes I wish it was Jonas's face. He's watching, by the way, so I can. So yeah. So and Jonas is gonna send me a message right now, like, "Shut up, motherfucker." So how do you guys compose this stuff? You know?
Yeah, we try to meet up as much as possible together, and sometimes in smaller groups, sometimes in bigger groups, and then slowly the songs like form, and some of us play different instruments, like Laura, for example. She has some different instruments she plays, and we check with every song like what fits the song here, and that's a bit how it goes.
Yeah, like Mike said before, it's like what serves the song, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Like you just said, actually.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Everybody's repeating myself.
comes with like, oh, maybe this instrument would be good with it. Oh, maybe this line. And then someone says, oh, with that line, I think this would be good, you know? And then we all listen to the whole structure of the song and we say, but the end should be longer, you know? And then, yeah.
Absolutely. Sometimes an idea will just come to you. You might hear it and you say, no, what if we try it this way? Or you might try an idea and say, oh, this doesn't work at all. I find a lot of times it's good just to try it as an experiment. And if it doesn't work well, at least you tried, you know?
This we do a lot.
Yeah. Different ideas.
No, I think we do have this kind of policy that when someone comes up with an idea, we always try it.
Yeah.
And then we might say no, you know, but like we do still try it before. Yeah.
And what's great though is you guys have this strong background with all of you guys that you, like as you said earlier, you all trust each other. So if you were to turn down someone's idea, nobody's like going to go out and cry or, oh, you didn't like my idea. So that's kind of cool how all you guys respect each other as musicianship. And I think it's outstanding because when I look at you guys in your videos and I look at the stuff that Mike and I have done, we are like small potatoes compared to like what you guys have done. Like, Mike, have you sang in different languages?
No. I can barely speak
No,
English, so.
Yeah, I know. I sang in a death metal band when I joined it. They were like, hey, sing these songs. What are the lyrics? We don't know. Just gurgle. So I did that for 2 years.
It didn't have to be intelligible.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. So, like, that's just awesome about you guys. And it shows in your live performance too. Like how you guys all back each other up. It's awesome.
Yeah, but I think it's because also we are really, really good friends. And apart from all the music that keeps us together, I think we also have a really strong friendship that settles.
It's making me cry, man. Oh my God.
It's the beauty of music, you know. It's the key to, I find, any group really is that you have to have that backbone to make it work, or that foundation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you really notice very quickly when something works or when something how do you say, is liked by the group. We don't need so much words nowadays, maybe to know, maybe this is not where we should go to. So actually I don't think it ever comes to a point that we say, oh no, this is a really bad idea, let's not do it or something. I think it's really I think we carefully feel each other in this way.
Absolutely.
Wow. So what happens in the downtime? Because you guys played a lot of festivals, you guys played big stages. What do you guys like? What do you guys like to do in your downtime? Like, I can imagine Marlene's in the back reading some book that's like, way over our heads. Like, like, can you imagine? Like, where's Marlene again? She's in the back of the bus. She's reading a physics book. Like, damn it, the physics book. Like I can imagine them going on tour and artists like, have you guys seen Marlene? They're like, no. Where's the nearest library? Like, she's always like, I knew it. You'd be there. I knew it. So what do you guys do during your downtime when you guys play these shows? And Go ahead. I know Twin gets fucked up, right?
I get anyway fucked up always. Yeah, whenever I don't have to play. No, yeah, we have. I have different little jobs. Also at festivals, mostly in the summer, for festival building tippy tents for glampings and stuff like that, and also building up parties.
Wow.
With stretch tents and stuff. Also more traditional tents, yurts and stuff. I'm a bit into that. And in the winter, I think I'll take it really easy, and I try to work more on maybe composing a song or making some production, mixing, mastering, this kind of things. Video editing. That's a bit what I do in the winter.
Wow.
Yeah, who edits all your videos? Because you guys got so many videos. Who edit? Do you edit all of them?
Not all of them,
Not all of them.
but a lot of it I edit and mix sound for. Yeah.
Got it. All right. So Arde, we have a question for you. What is everyone's favorite ice cream flavor? Start with I think Arde is like she's from Spain, so I'm thinking coconut ice cream. I'm just kidding. So Arde, so Arde, what about you? Do you like what's your favorite ice cream? As our friend Patrick from Half Cheetah Will View asked, what's your favorite ice cream flavor?
Mine.
No, your brother's. Yeah, it's yours.
But a good question, James.
She just complimented me on my voice. Now she's like, well, you know. Now, see, when I ask Marlene that question, she's gonna like give me like the background of like, well, you know, vanilla has a lot of calories, but I like right. So
it's really
go ahead, Annalise.
Emanuele is not here now.
He is our
because
ice
he's
cream
always eating ice cream.
Always,
Yeah.
every day.
Always.
5 ice creams a day.
He's
I
really
love that guy. I love that guy already. So, all right. So, what about you, Marlene? 2 questions. What do you do in your downtime, and what's your favorite ice cream? Go ahead.
Okay, in my downtime, actually, like next to Legiana, I sing, make music for elderly people in like care homes, elderly homes. Yeah, and we make stretch tents together. So for the same company, actually, where Teun works for, we also work for that together.
Stretch dance? Go on a little bit about stretch dance. I'm
we call it stretch tent.
Yeah,
they are free-form tents.
Yeah, that are a bit like this. And they're
you're like in festivals.
Yeah, for festivals or terraces from restaurants.
Okay.
We make them from scratch.
And actually, I don't do a lot of reading. I wish, but it's one of the things I would like to, but it doesn't happen so much. And my favorite ice cream is stracciatella.
Go ahead. Ooh, see, I told you it was something special.
Yeah.
I knew it. Now, Annalise is like punk, so she's like, fuck it. Give me ice cream with some chocolate sauce. I don't care. You're not a sweet person?
Me? Oh, my favorite ice cream is also stracciatella.
But you know that mine too?
Oh.
No way.
Wow.
Now I understand everything.
We actually have to talk about this kind of stuff, guys. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks to Patrick, my mind is blown. We're just watching the bonding get together again, you know? The bonding's getting... Now, you know what? After this interview, they're going to be like, you know what? I really would like to get that ice cream, you know? So, okay, now, Björk, let me guess. Your favorite is the same, right?
Almost. It's sort of like stracciatella, but it's more like yogurt ice cream with little chocolate pieces, and then also strawberry.
Ooh, that's very nice. Let's see. All right, what about you, Ton? Yeah. What about you, Ton?
Pistache ice cream.
Oh,
the green stuff. The real Italian ones that actually taste like pistache, not the cheap one that tastes like, I don't know, oil. I don't know.
Oil.
But...
oil. No, we're back to you, darling. What about you? Did you think about it?
What?
Sorry?
Artie, what's your favorite ice cream? Yeah. She's like, that's an interesting question. Then we moved on, so now we're back to you. So
No, mine is stracciatella also, for real.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God, my brain is. Oh, this is get together.
Yeah, that was what happened.
I feel. See, that's that kinetic energy that's going through the computer right to my heart. We're watching that. So, all right. So, how do you? We talked about traveling, writing. Mike, you had a great question beforehand that you wanted to ask about like customs and stuff like that, right?
Oh yeah, it's something. Well,
Mike, take over. I gotta go get my tea. All right,
all
you're
right.
on.
Well,
All right, I'll be right back.
Something I know that from, like, say, in the UK with Brexit, a lot of UK artists have trouble with, say, merch and different customs like visa. Now, this is to travel, say, from Europe from the UK. So, where you guys are mostly in Europe, do you have any trouble with that? With like different thing of maybe merch or with visas, or is the travel all accessible throughout Europe?
Yeah, luckily within Europe, there's it's free travel.
Yeah.
So, well, except for Switzerland.
Switzerland, okay.
But there's no visa thing for
No.
European for EU members, you know. So
Okay.
in the EU, it's really easy travel, a bit comparable to within the United States, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I know with like I said, for UK artists going to the to Europe, they've had some trouble with visas and say with like tariffs on merch and things like that. I don't know the whole details of it, but I know that since Brexit, that's been trouble for those artists. Yeah.
No, I think going to the UK would be difficult.
Yeah, like how would that affect, say, you guys now going if you were to go to UK?
Actually, like we, that's like one factor that makes us think, maybe we shouldn't go on tour in the UK. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Same with the US. Like, I'd love to go on tour in the US, and we actually have quite some people who ask us also. But yeah, it's nearly impossible,
really hard.
to get a visa for that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I have done it actually. I have toured with another band in the US.
Okay, awesome.
Like, we came without instruments, and then we got all our instruments in the US. And
Yeah.
then order.
See, that's what I always, because James is always asking my band to come down, and we've got to play in Chicago, right? But sometimes I wonder, is that what we're going to do? We're going to rent instruments and go and just fly down ourselves, and the instruments will be there waiting for us. There's so many logistics into working out that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But one of these days we're going to do it, 100%.
Well, if you come to Chicago, I know a promoter who does these punk rock taco shows that we do promotional videos for, and there's always bands. That's the cool thing about the punk scene here is everyone's like so friendly. Like, oh, you need to use a drum set? Go ahead. Like, you need to use a guitar? Go right ahead. So I would be able. I can find equipment for a 3-piece band, buddy.
Well, yeah. There you go.
You're not asking like you want to collect it, man.
But can you find a cello and it's for a nine?
I cannot. If I even made a post, I'm looking for a cello player for a woman that's a general. They'd be like,
general.
I need one for the general. So okay, now Bjark, here's a question I have for you, Bjark. Tell us something like that. What do you like, man? Like, do you like a lot of cool, fucked up movies? Do you like some interesting music? Like, tell us something about yourself. Like, I'm thinking Bjark is like David Lynch kind of fan, man.
Yeah. There's also a really nice like movie director, Quentin Dupieux. He's the one who made the music for Mr. Oizo on MTV. You had this yellow puppet. He makes really, really funny movies.
Wow.
I
bought a leather jacket because I watched one of his movies called Les Dents. It's basically about a divorced man's relationship with a leather jacket, and he gets sort of in a schizophrenic relationship with a leather jacket.
Wow.
It's really good.
It's very strange.
I'm already sold, Bjark. You got to send me that link. So
Yeah.
no, Bjark, do you like what kind of music outside of folk? What other music genres do you like to listen to?
Like personally, I really like. There's a lot of American artists, so like Riley Walker or Jonathan Wilson. It's more like alternative. Yeah, like how like with Jonathan Wilson, how he arranged music and albums, and with Riley Walker or Steve Gunn and stuff like this, like a lot of acoustic, instrumental, sort of improv folk music. That's I find fucking cool. Yeah.
Now, what about blues? Are you a big blues guy too?
Yeah, also, but it's more in. Yeah, I mean, I do like. I listen a lot to Taj Mahal. In that corner of blues. Yeah, that's also nice. But it's more like folk, more alternative kind of folk and jazz inspired, like a lot of instrumentals and stuff like this. I find really really cool.
So, all right. So when you guys take these long like drives to like other countries, what do you do on the bus, Bjark? Do you put on headphones?
No, man, I share. I'm a strong believer in sharing. Not everybody.
Oh, so he's the guy that eats an apple. Oh, here you go, Marlene. You can have this apple with me too. Like,
Literally, we did that the other day.
Yeah, we did that.
sharing. All right, explain to us about this sharing stuff. I'm curious.
Well, there's we don't have headphones, and there's just one stereo in the car. So it's a bit of like a mixed, like I did get a couple of comments from Ari because I kind of recently fell in love with what do they call again?
I don't know.
The lizard.
King Gizzard.
Oh, King.
They made a metal album called Petra, something with a big kind of a lizard out front.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, King Gizzard.
Yeah, that's it.
They have like a Petro, something.
They're incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was. I got a couple of comments from Ari about that one. That was it was a bit of a shock for her. She never thought that I was that kind
But
of.
you will listen to that. I was like,
Wow.
wow, yeah. I will never expected that.
No, but hey, we learned something new about each other. every day.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's something new. Yeah, they learned about their favorite ice cream flavors today.
Yeah.
You know, so Annalise, what about you? Because you have a wide range of music you perform. Punk, like, what about you? What other music genres do you like to listen to? Satanic black metal?
Wales,
Really all over the place. Yeah, my favorite ever record is the songs from the Humpback Whale. It's a recording from the 60s where they record whales that are.
My mother used to say that.
It's beautiful.
Wow.
Wills? Really?
Wales. Yeah.
Whales.
That sounds she's so
heard
positive.
of
That
it.
sounds so depressing.
Yeah.
like, honey, the cat, you're gonna get the cat after I died of this cancer killing me. And this is really intriguing stuff. You know, like, all right, I've
But yeah,
never heard of this before.
Everything. I mean, I really like noise music actually.
Wow.
Wow.
And I've been listening to a lot of ambient lately. Actually, I just recorded an ambient album myself. And I really like hip hop too.
She's
And
a secret
I've
Kanye West fan.
recently been really getting into sort of doom. Doom. You know the band Earth?
Yeah.
the doom
I know
metal.
of them. Yeah.
I've been getting so into that band.
Awesome.
I don't know if you would call that doom.
A drone metal, I think.
Metal, yeah,
Drone metal, yeah.
Ambient metal, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike. We're gonna ask Marlene what secret music she likes to listen to, but I want you to guess.
Oh, I don't know if I could guess.
I can see Marlene be like a secret Green Day fan. She had
Maybe,
posters
yeah.
of Billy Joe on her wall, and then there's I can imagine. All right, so when I think of Marlene's bedroom, I think of Bach, Beethoven, Billy Joel.
Billy Joel from Green Day.
Billy Joel from Green Day. And then like maybe Elton John poster. And then Annalise walks into her bedroom and she's like, this room is so confusing. So go ahead, Marlene. What about you? What other music genres do you like to listen to?
All right. I think what I listen the most on Spotify is System of a Down.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I never would have. Funny, I probably never would have.
Yeah, I would have never guessed. So
Yeah.
And next to that, I'm really into desert blues. So the music from North Africa. I really can listen to that the whole day.
She doesn't dare to say it, but Celine Dion is number one.
I'm Canadian, so I have to.
That goes.
I have to love Celine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. All right. So, Marlene, did you cry when you watched Titanic?
Ooh.
2 weeks ago.
Joanne's like, God damn it, are she watching Titanic again? They're like, yes, do not interrupt her.
How many copies of VHS Titanic do you own?
No DVDs. Yeah, she's like,
the
give me
VHS.
my ice. She's like, give me my ice cream and give me that Titanic DVD.
Yeah.
And I will be in my room. And Twen's like, hey, where's Marlene? Like, dude, it's that scene of Jack. Oh shit, I'll give her 15 minutes. Go ahead, Marlene. Did you ever cry when you watched it?
Yeah, I don't think so. to be honest, but like my Celine Dion love is not really in the movie Titanic, but more in like her whole repertoire.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should
Goes
check it
beyond
out. It's,
Titanic.
yeah, like I also like actually one of the things I forgot to say. What I do in my downtime is I love karaoke,
Nice.
and I think Celine Dion is the best.
That's your go-to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now that makes sense because like you do this thing with your voice, Marlene, that's like fucking awesome. Like how you handle the voice control when you go from the high and the low, but you're using your throat to shake it. Like when you just have that awesome presence about you is like, I don't want to attempt it. Should I try it, Mike? Like, oh, I'm already talking.
There you go. Yeah.
So yeah. But like when you do before a performance, Marlene, do you do any vocal warm-ups? Like, do you go in the back and like
No, yeah, actually lately I forget it a lot of times. But when I do it, nowadays I have this bubble thing. So it's like
I have it here actually. I'll show you.
Show us, please.
And I think it helps.
It really helps.
What about? Oh wow!
It's not about.
Wow. This is new for me.
We're learning something. Annalise,
Yeah.
What about you? How do you warm up your? Do you do that? Like, do you ladies go in the back and like?
That's also something you can do in the van.
Does it help like your throat or like your breathing? What is it that it does?
Yes, it centers your breathing and it warms up your vocal cords basically.
Wow.
Relaxes, yeah.
That is so cool.
And it's it's good to warm up, but sometimes when you're in a space you don't want to go like whoa.
Right.
Everybody.
Yeah.
This is pretty soft,
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I took voice lessons like a long time ago when I was like singing in death metal bands, and she taught me how to like warm up my voices. So I was working at this job with a lot of Mexican people. So I'd be like, huh? And they're like, oh my God, what's he saying?
Exactly.
But it works though. It works. So what about you, Arde? How do you warm up your voice? What do you do?
Yeah, actually the same thing. We are normally the four of us, the four singers.
They pass it around like it's a bong or something.
Yeah.
You want to... So, all right. No. Okay. So, Arda, tell us something about you. Like, we learned that Marlene secretly loves Celine Dion. What other musics do you like to you listen to?
Well, I'm really into old Venezuelan music, and son jarocho is also something I really love, like traditional music from Veracruz. Now lately, I'm really into Brazilian music also. All of a sudden, and yeah, I used to be a huge fan of Green Day though.
Oh, Mike, the wrong member. The wrong
Wrong call.
Damn it. Yeah, Arna's like that Spanish Spain look. I would never think Green Day. I was thinking like Ricky Martin.
Uh-huh.
I was thinking of like Ricky Martin. Maybe you were a big Menudo fan or Ricky Martin fan, you know? But go ahead, Art. I'm so sorry. Go ahead, dear.
Yeah, no, my teenage years where I was 100% Green Day. Billy Joe Armstrong and all the. Yeah.
Did you ever see them? Did you ever get a chance to see Green Day?
Yeah. I saw them in Barcelona.
Awesome.
Oh, was it good?
I think yes. It was was really in love with the singer.
Yeah.
Oh, Billy Joe gets every time. All right, so man, Twin's a badass. Like he probably has like a collection of like these obscure movies. He's like, Annalise, did you watch Faces of Death 6? It's the best movie. So
I'm also really a David Lynch kind of movie watcher. Love Twin Peaks and love those soundtracks that he makes. To be honest, I find it a very hard question which music I mostly listen to, but because to be very honest, I don't listen a lot of music myself at home. I don't know why or how. People are often a bit amazed by that, but when I'm at home, I don't really listen music. And when I am touring with these guys, then I just enjoy a lot whatever they put up.
Yeah.
And as a teenager, I used to listen to Nirvana and Rage Against the Machine and this kind of stuff.
Oh man! Yeah. See, I was thinking, Mark. I was thinking he was like an REM fan or something. like okay. Marlene, can you karaoke "Losing My Religion"?
I think so.
Yeah, I believe you can. Mike, go ahead, buddy. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Okay, well, this is one question I had. Is there a language that you guys would like to do a song in that you haven't done yet? Is there a language out there that you would like to tackle?
Japanese
would be one? Okay, that's awesome.
Okay, so our friend Ant from
blues or something.
Yeah,
the Arabic language is also
wow. Yeah, that would be incredible.
Wrap our head around it.
Yeah.
Wow. So all right. So my friend Ann asked, "What is an instrument you wish you could play?" So let's start with let's go from right to left. Let's go to Twin. Twin, what instrument would you like to play?
I would really love to be able to play better the saxophone and the clarinet and these kind of instruments, but I tried it and I'm such a bad breather, I guess what you say. So this is something that I really tried and I cannot get anything out of that.
Oh, I'm crying for you, buddy. Thanks, man. Okay, Anya, what about you? What instrument you wish you could play?
I think I would really love to be able to play really good the guitar, like flamenco and all these styles, and maybe also this flute. I don't know how you call it in English.
Flute? No, it's in English flute. It's the same.
So that's it.
What a great demonstration. I'm blown away. Oh, okay. I like Marlene because she's a general. Oh my God. I can see Marlene's like, I wish I could play the drums and play in a System of a Down band, you know? Like,
yeah. Actually, for System of a Down to play cello in a metal band, that's more. But like instrument wise, it's percussion actually. And then because I'm now so much into the North African music, I would really like to learn the krakep. This, in the Moroccan music they use it, or darbuka. That one I also would really like to learn how to play.
Darbuka.
Oh man, Annalise does everything. Like she's like, oh, I know all the instruments I want to play. So, all right, what What about you, there? What is there an instrument you wish you could play?
Yeah, all of them. Actually, that's all I do. Also, in my free time, I try to play all the instruments. But right now, I'm learning the electric guitar. I really like it.
Awesome.
I mean, I already played a bit, but like in a punk way, and now I want to learn to play it a bit more controlled.
Yeah.
Control. So, but is that a big jump from you? Because you play violin in the band. So is that like a big jump from violin to guitar for you?
No, not really. I mean, yeah, the
It's a bit of a different
distance
animal.
is
Yeah.
different. Like this side, I don't really have under control. Yeah. So it's different. Yeah, and then you have the whole amplification thing, and the pedals and the sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a whole other world. Yeah.
Like
But I
Tool or
really
something,
love. I
man.
really trip on this pedal sounds. They're like, yeah.
Nothing is more boring, Annalise, than being around guitar players who talk about their guitar tech for like hours. Like, as a non-guitar player fan, like I get so bored of it. Did you try this pedal? No, just try. God damn it, guys, play a fucking pedal. Especially, I had a lot of problems like that in the metal because I performed in a lot of metal bands here, and it was just like we recorded an album, and this guitar player brought 4 guitars for one song. It sounds the same, you asshole. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, Björk, what instrument you wish you could play?
Well, I have heaps of guitar and string instruments in my room, so I'm gonna probably be quite busy with those for a long time. But I think probably around when I then go on pension or something or whatever, then probably tuba. I think tuba could be a fucking cool instrument to learn. And I mean, when you're old and you can always play a bit senile, and you can play wherever, and don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So now, here's a question back to the band. Now, what kind of problems do you guys face when you guys play shows? Like, do sound guys give you guys a hard time? What kind of problems do you guys face when you perform?
Well, we're very lucky lately that we have our own sound guy now.
Oh wow!
Which is
you'd have to be,
a gift from heaven. And since then, the sound is not such a problem anymore. But before, it was a huge problem with a band like this.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember that we had a gig and that we were just doing a sound check of 4 hours to get the feedback out of the
This one in Slovakia.
For example, yes. So I cannot imagine anymore. Or I can imagine how it was without our own sound guy, but I cannot imagine that we would have kept up as a band because it's not doable with all these acoustic instruments, right? That cause a lot of technical problems when amplified.
Now, does Flores face a lot of problems because he's like the back line? He's behind you guys, and being a drummer, does he have a lot of problems with sound? And does he get a lot of problems sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes like we are also, for another very long time, we're all using, or most of us using in-ears. Mm-hmm. And sometimes he has difficulties with hearing everybody good.
Yeah.
But that's it, I think. And also not always. And it's also depending, like if we have our own sound guy or not.
But the difficulties are still, it's not easy to get paid, especially when you have to share it with a lot of people, which is, it's nice to share. But it's hard to find venues that can pay bands, a bigger band. And then we also often play, we just like to play, so then we play for way too low fees. But if it's sympathetic, we don't do that in a commercial place. But if it's like a place that's very important culturally, then we love to play, and nobody's making money out of it, then we love to play for low fee anyway. But then, yeah, it is hard to survive as a musician, without
Sure.
with yeah.
What? Okay, so on this topic right now, Mike, what's so cool about these guys is they play big festivals in front of thousands of people, and then they can play a small, intimate gig setting. So you guys are really masters of your environment very well. Like I know a lot of musicians, like when they play like a big festival, they when it goes down, they hate it. Like they hate playing small places. So what do you guys prefer? What's suitable for you? Do you guys like playing the big festivals in front of thousands of people, or do you like the small, intimate gig setting where you can talk to everybody? Or what do you guys prefer?
I think every like occasion has like different things. At least for myself,
Absolutely.
like it's playing on bigger stages is quite new for us, so we're also learning that. But fucking cool.
Fucking
But
awesome.
yeah, but also then if you play in the streets, like the nice thing about that is all of the unexpected things that happens, and you meet people, you get like super honest reactions from people, and like every time you go, you're always surprised. Like it's Holland is very, very difficult. The Dutch very difficult to play for, but like there's always like unexpected super nice things. And you also learn not to really get offended if people don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You just have fun anyhow, and fuck those guys. So yeah.
I think it's really the mix for us all. I mean, if we would
Yeah.
only do really these very small venues for only a couple of people in a living room, for example, then I think we would also be like, is this it? But if we would only do these bigger festivals, for example, that we did a year ago, last year, then it would also be maybe too much. I think it's really the nice mix about it.
The mix is
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would imagine that too. So what about you, Arda? Do you get nervous before you play, Arda?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Arda, I'm gonna make a comment, honey, but don't get offended. But one thing I love watching you play in some of those live studio videos, you always look over at everybody else like.
I'm like,
yeah, exactly. I caught that. It was like, oh, she's so sweet. She's like, am I in time with everybody? Like, and Annalise is just like, she's like, I don't give a shit. And Swan's in the back, like doing this, and of course Marlene being the general, she's got like throne that she sits on and she's like around everybody. They should change it to like Game of Marlene. This is Game of Thrones. So, how do you fight this nervousness when you perform live? What do you do? Do you like hide somewhere or?
Well, I always ask to not be too much in the front because I generally don't like it. Except in the street. In the street, it's a bit my terrain, my place to be. There, I'm really not nervous, and I think I'm really up in front and with the rest and everything. But when as soon as we are in the stage, then I get really nervous, and I don't know. I just say, "Let's go, Ari." Let's just see what happens. From the
do you
third
almost have like a heart?
Yeah. The heart is really. Actually, we have Turn has to ask me before a concert, Ari, are you nervous? And if I say yes, the concert will go okay. If I say no, there will be a lot of mistakes.
So
you really asked to the right person here, because I think of all of us, I think Ari might be bothered most with the nervousness in the beginning of a show.
Yeah.
And then after 1.5 songs, she rocks the whole audience anyway.
Yeah.
So now, Arda, does this nervousness stay with you, or does it go away eventually by like the 4th or 5th song?
Yeah, usually at the second song, it's all gone. It's really in the beginning. And in the videos, how you say before, it's the camera effect. I really hate to be in front of a camera.
Yeah.
So that makes me really extremely nervous.
Oh, so that blame the camera guy. Got it.
Yeah.
now, Marlene is never nervous. She plays in front of old folks every day. Like guys. Like, can you imagine like being an old guy in your like 80s? You're like cutting up some bread, and there's like Marlene with a cello, like playing. This toast is really good. So, Marlene, what about you in the early days? And when you started performing, did you feel nervous, and then you just kind of controlled yourself? Let's talk about you.
Yeah, actually, I especially at the beginning, I had a lot of nerves. I felt really nervous, and now because we're playing more and more together, and I getting more comfortable also with the cello. Like, I play cello not for that long yet, or it wasn't the instrument I like grew up with, but singing I did already for a long time. So with singing, actually, I'm most of the time not nervous. But with cello, I can still be actually quite nervous, especially with new pieces. But I have a bit the same as Ari. Then, like at the beginning, it's it's not really okay, or I can be a bit shaky and sweaty. But then after a second, the third song, and also because of the energy of the group and doing it together, it goes away.
Wow. Okay, so you feel more comfortable singing than actually playing a cello in front of people.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? No. Okay, what about you, Annalise? Did you ever? No, Annalise Busking, she's fine. Do you ever get stage fright?
Not anymore. I used to get huge stage fright actually. When I kind of started out being on stages, I was hugely nervous every time, like even to the point of crying. And then I just did it a lot, and now there's nothing. Sometimes it's a little bit weird to me actually, that I'm on a stage and that there's this whole feeling is gone. You know?
Wow. Yeah.
Nah.
I only have it now if I do something really on my own. If I'm all alone on the stage, then I get a little bit nervous, or quite nervous actually. But when there's other people on the stage, it's gone. Like, it's very supportive, I think, to have a whole band around you. I get like
absolutely.
nobody's actually looking at me or something. I don't know, something like
Makes
this.
it. Yeah. How old were you when you first started performing?
I mean, I did a little bit in high school, but like seriously, when I was 25 or something, 26.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. That's the great time to start, is when you're at that high school stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was playing in a death metal band in high school. We were playing bars for 21 and over crowds. So like I couldn't even go to my school and tell my friends to go watch my concert because they can't come. And one time my teacher was like, James is playing a concert on Saturday. I'm like, shh. Like, shut up. So, and like we were playing in like a really rundown place in this area, and like people would do like cocaine and crack, and I'm 17 years old, like I'm in a death metal band, I hope you guys like war shit. So, all right, what about you, Björk? You were born with a mandolin, like, so you were never afraid to perform on stage, were you?
No, like with this group, it's really super chill. I feel really good, and also from playing in the streets, that you kind of, and I played also for a long time also with my own things, and you sort of get at some point, because when you play string instruments, you have to tune them a lot.
Sure.
And in the beginning, there's just a bit of awkward silence, but eventually you learn to just talk bullshit.
Yeah.
And that sort of helps, and in the end, you find it super nice that you have a microphone and you can just talk bullshit also.
Like you.
But I do like, I still, if I have solo gigs and I play sort of a living room, and you have like this crowd of completely quiet people just listening, staring at you, that can be a bit confronting still.
That's gotta
Absolutely.
be the worst feeling in the world, is playing in front of people who are just looking at you like,
Yeah.
can someone please smile?
In the north of the Netherlands, people are not so expressive, and sometimes you play, everyone is looking like this. And you think, like,
Seriously?
it's terrible, and then they come to you after the concert like, "Oh, this was so beautiful, and I was so moved."
Wow.
God.
That makes
Jesus.
me think of a question. Where's your guys been your favorite place to play that you've ever played? Like, what do you think is the best crowd reaction you've had?
Well.
Yeah, I think I can for sure say that our concert last year at Boudemonde
Oh yeah, that was
in
best.
France, that was
Okay.
with a really big, the
Yeah.
biggest crowd we ever had. So
That's
for
the
us,
biggest
that was-
show. Yeah.
but also the atmosphere, the
Yeah, it was
festival
really
was super nice, and
Awesome.
yeah, that was really nice.
I think
yeah.
in general in France when we
Mm.
tour, that's why we tour in France often. It's completely different than in the Netherlands. The audience is so excited for and I think maybe what we do, the folk or world music, it's also much more a thing here, I guess.
More appreciated also.
More
Yeah.
appreciated, and I really like, the atmosphere of the audience in France a lot of time.
But
Awesome.
Boudemonde is
Yeah.
Bretagne. It's not France.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we have
I know
we
a
have
couple
really nice
of-
places around Grenoble and Bretagne. That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good places.
Yeah, we come back there.
Yeah,
Awesome.
So back to that big gig, the big festival that you guys played. What happened after? I want to know what happened after. Like, did thousands of people want to take pictures with you guys? Did Arda run away and hide in a bus? Like what happened after that performance was done?
We stuck around.
Yeah, obviously. I know you guys stuck around, but like, did a lot of people like, oh my god?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we were
Awesome.
quite busy, like selling CDs
Yeah.
and
Awesome.
signatures, which is pretty
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
And the best thing in this festival was that backstage you had free oysters and white wine.
Oh wow. That's incredible.
Oysters and wine. Oh my god. Now, Marlene, you seem like a very like seafood kind of gal. Would you agree?
I like it, but yeah, it's not like typically my thing, I would say. No, I'm more a cheese kind of girl, and I had a really good evening actually today. We ate raclette. Do you know that? That's like
No, tell us about it.
just a big French cheese
That sounds
with a
amazing.
heater on top,
Wow.
and then it melts, and you just scrape the cheese off.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Typical French, and
yeah. That was
Yeah.
our dinner.
somewhere a bit weird, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, that's interesting because a lot of my friends who've been to France always say the food sucks. So this is the
Oh,
first
yeah.
time I actually heard someone say something positive about French food.
Oh,
Yeah, actually, we get always really good food when we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it goes hand in hand, like the concerts and the,
Yeah.
the good food we
Yeah.
get.
there
really.
in Europe, I think the French kitchen, the French food is famous for its specialness and fineness, and I don't know.
Yeah, there's still really like all of these specialities of different kinds of cheeses and stuff. They have their own pride, every region.
Wow.
They like, and we're now in the Alps, and Alps is big cheese country. So whenever you come to the Alps, you're gonna bring a couple of kilos with you home.
A few wheels back. Yeah.
So, all right,
One
now
of the pains of touring together in France, by the way, that they always tend to bring cheeses in the car.
Wow.
does it smell sometimes like that blue cheese?
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Yes,
believe.
we had some
you wouldn't
smelly
believe.
experiences.
Oh, can you imagine?
which smells really, really strong.
Sometimes you arrive somewhere at the festival, you open the door of the van, and you're already ashamed because you know that whole backstage is gonna like, oh man, who died in here?
So, what about you, Arda? Are you more of a seafood kind of person? What about you, dear?
I mean, what am I?
Yes.
You can ask your boyfriend, right? He would tell us.
It's not here. No, I love everything. Yeah, everything that is European, Mediterranean food.
Mediterranean food.
What kind of seafood you like?
Herring. I love this Dutch fish that you like. This.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Typical Dutch thing. It's the raw fish.
Yeah.
Onions, yeah.
Oh, so Tuan, are you a fish kind of person? Do you like seafood?
Yeah, I like, but not everything. I have to say, I'm not so much for. Hoe zeg je dat? Krab? Gewoon crab or what? Like, no.
Yeah, crabs.
Yeah, crab.
Crabs.
Crabs.
Yeah. I'm not such a big fan of that, but I do like mussels, less oysters, and fish. All kinds of fish. I like it. Salmon, haring. But I like all kinds of food. I'm very simple.
I love that, man. I love it. So, what would you consider like some of your? Which countries do you think have the best foods? In your opinion?
I imagine Japan, but I've never.
Oh, Annalise is definitely a sushi lady. Oh my god! Can you imagine Annalise like eating sushi too? She probably eats it really proper, like how she
You use chopsticks.
Maybe use these chopsticks. Yeah. And Marlene is like sitting there, like timing her, like, all right, I'm gonna time you eat that sushi. It's gonna be 1 minute 20 seconds.
I've never attempted to use chopsticks. Just give me a fork.
I fail every time.
Yeah.
I fail every time. So okay, so Japan. All right, Tuan, what about you? Which food do you? I'd say Italy. Italy.
Me?
No, I think Italy. But yeah, go ahead, Tuan. Which country has the best foods?
I think Italy is a very good. Has a very good kitchen, and probably it would be Italy.
Nice.
Italy. And Björk, what about you? Do you are you a big seafood kind of guy, or are you like beer and burger or hot dogs, or what about you?
I really like fish, and I really like a lot of the. I'm really big fan of all French food, and I have a lot of friends also here, and it's sort of it's always a bit of a big question whether I love them more because of all of the food they feed me or the good company.
Wonderful. Well, guys, we've been off about food for a while, but you guys made an announcement today on your Facebook. You guys got some new music coming out. Let's talk about that for a little bit. What are we expecting? What's coming up for Legiana?
So we're gonna release 2 new singles soon. We were working on in the past months, and the first one is gonna be a Dutch song
That you wrote.
that we wrote together.
Yeah,
I would say. And
Arda's trying to give you credit for being the general, okay?
and then the second one is a Spanish song that Ari
That
wrote.
she wrote. That she wrote. Okay, go ahead.
So yes, we are super excited to release some new material, some new songs. Yeah.
Wow. Did you guys already record the songs? Is it just done being mastered, or?
Yeah, it's like it's mastered and all, and we're just waiting now actually until it comes online. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And you guys, go ahead, Annalise, go ahead.
And then now we're writing a lot of new songs actually, and we were imagining to at some point record them in a live setting and make an album out of this. But that's quite hard to do. So it's also we have to see whether that experiment works, But we found a really nice studio that wants to help us. Yeah, so we'll see.
There is gonna come a lot of new music
this year.
this year.
Yeah.
And we used to, old-fashionedly try to make a whole album and then release that. But since the songs, they really also come one by one, we just decided to record what we have and just bring out singles. And so now there are 2 coming up very soon. And later there is definitely more coming up, because there is already some new songs getting mixed as we speak, and they will later this year also come online on Spotify and stuff.
Yeah.
And so we will keep on going like that.
And the 2 new songs are real bangers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man. And so what's going on after France? Are you guys booked for more shows in other countries? What's going on after France?
Yeah, we're gonna play a big festival in the Netherlands, actually, Paaspop. And then some other festivals in the Netherlands. And we're gonna go on tour in Swiss, doing a busking festival.
Yeah, we have more busker festivals also that we're gonna do. Yeah.
Another one later in Swiss. We're gonna do a big busking festival in Italy, Ferrara.
We're gonna go all around Europe this summer.
Yeah.
And in the meanwhile, between all these little trips, we're gonna play a lot of gigs in the Netherlands. So yeah, please check out our website if you want to know where we're exactly gonna play, and join us for those in Europe here.
Yeah. Well, look, Mike, we've talked to them long enough. It's late over there. Go ahead, Mike, with your last closing statements, and I'll do mine.
No, it's good luck on the tour. And what shows do you have coming up next? Where are you guys playing next?
He said Italy and some busking festivals. Go ahead.
No, but right now,
Yeah.
we play in a wine bar in Lyon.
Okay.
La Cuisine. And then Saturday in Grenoble, in La Bifurque. We play on a big party organized by friends.
Awesome.
And then on Sunday, we play in Saint Pancras. It's near Grenoble. In a little house, intimate setting. Yeah.
Awesome.
Wow. Well, I just, like I said, each and every single one of you guys are so good at what you do. And when you guys come all together to create what you guys create, it's actually really magical. And this is coming from a guy who likes black metal and death metal. So if you were able to catch a guy like Mai's attention, it's really a good thing. And I just love watching you guys perform in your videos. And I'm hoping I've been to Sweden now. I want to go back to Europe myself. So hopefully I can head back to your guys'. I would love to see a live performance in the flesh, hopefully. And but I just think,
when you come over, huh?
Let us know, and let's have a beer.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, now I'm about to surprise you guys, but I don't drink. Actually.
Yeah.
So that's my. What'd you say, Tony? Go ahead.
That's the new rock and roll, right?
Yeah, right. So no, but listen, but you guys are just so absolutely fantastic at what you do, and I just love how you guys come together. And I thanks to Mike for doing this with me, because the handsome guy Jonas couldn't make it, but he was replaced.
Hopefully, I was a sufficient co-host.
Oh, dude, man, you were so much easier. You're so much easier. So, Jaded Truth, but guys, from the bottom of my heart, Bjark, Annalise, Marlene, Arda, and Twen, you guys, and Laura, and Floris, and Emanuele. I hope I said his name right. But each and every one of you guys are just so fucking awesome at what you do, and it's just awesome to talk to you guys.
Thanks a lot.
So awesome.
Thanks for having us here in this interview.
We would love to do it again. What'd you say, honey? Go ahead.
It was a real pleasure to talk to you. It's really fun.
Yeah, I would love to do it again. Actually, we would love to do it again. So yeah, and Mike, tell us about what Jaded Truth is about to drop. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've got a new video coming out next week, and we've got a new album coming very soon as well. So everybody look out for that, and we've got a few shows coming up in May. So always busy.
Nice. Cool.
Send us your
I
album
just-
when it's done.
Yeah, we'll absolutely definitely
link
keep in touch.
in the
Yeah,
car.
100%.
During the tour.
Awesome.
You should send 9 Jaded Truth T-shirts and have it all identical.
Yeah, there we go. That would be
So they can all perform with it live. But hey, guys, thank you. Go ahead, Marlene. I couldn't hear what you said. Go ahead, Marlene.
Finally, we can have a costume. On stage.
yeah.
The Jaded
There you
Truth.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, listen, Bjorn, guys, add me on Instagram. Send me some of your other stuff. I'd love to check out your other music as well. So guys, thank you so much for everything, and have a great tour, and have a wonderful evening, fellas.
Hey.
Thanks,
Thanks,
James. Thanks, James. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
Thanks, fellas. All right, now the outro is going to play, and Jonas, if you're listening to this, fuck you. Okay. All right, guys, peace out, boys.
Oh,
All right,
thanks.
here it goes.
I got trampled by my woman. I've been cheated and double crossed.
Jonas Carlson couldn't come in an interview. He got a major woo.
I found a cup in the altar. I had a friend, but he got lost. He took my woman into the country, and they had a baby girl, and she grew up to look just like me. It's a mean and wicked world.
Yes, potatoes are great.